Good day, welcome back to Green Man Wildcamping. So, obviously by my surrounds, I'm not in the UK anymore. Like in my last video, I did say I was going to be coming to Thailand for a few months, so I thought I'll do some wild camping videos while I'm here. So today I'm in southern Thailand, in Chumpon province, and I'm in a palm plantation. It's not a jungle, it looks like one, but it's not. So this is an oil palm plantation. So I'm going to go for a bit of a walk around. It's pretty damp in here. The monsoon season finished about 3-4 weeks ago, so the ground's pretty wet still. So I'm going to go for a bit of a look around in here. So I haven't seen much yet, guys. Plenty of trees, but you can probably hear the chickens in the background if it's picking up. Lots of birds. Funny, you can hear all these birds and you get really close to them, but they're so hard to spot. Like this bird is literally right above me in that tree, but it's not to be seen. So we'll carry on walking. The chickens that you'll hear on today's video are actually jungle fowl. So the jungle fowl in Southeast Asia, they're like the predecessor, they're the ancestor of all modern chickens, and they're still running around here wild. This place is full of them, but they're pretty timid because people like to eat them, as you can imagine. But you'll hear them on the video, particularly in the morning. So these are the palm trees that are grown in the plantation. They're oil palm, so they grow this little fruit that's full of oil. They squeeze and get the oil out of it and export it all over the place. So they're not coconut palms. There is a few coconut trees in here, but most of them are oil palm. But as you can see, each tree, it's like a little ecosystem in itself. I mean, they've got ferns growing on them and so many insects and stuff living here. That's just one tree. I mean, there is literally like thousands of trees growing in here. It's quite a big plantation, but it's really good for the wildlife. I don't know if you can see, that's a big termite nest growing up the side of that tree. Plenty of termites living in here. When you get big heavy rain, all the winged termites will come out of the nest and start flying around. So there's the termite nest. So this particular plantation was planted about 15-16 years ago. So all this area used to be rice paddies. So as you can see, they've got these drainage ditches everywhere. They try to lower the water table and try and keep the place dry. But 6 weeks ago, before the monsoon finished, all this was literally underwater. Alright guys, so I found a tree that's still got a bit of fruit. This plantation was harvested about 2 weeks ago, so I just wanted to try and get a shot of the palm fruit that they're actually harvesting. So up there, like those red berries, look, a big bunch of it. That's what they're harvesting. They've missed that one. Alright guys, so I just quickly wanted to show you this. So up there in the trees, see that like ball thing? I'll try and zoom in. That. So we have these tree ants. They're everywhere here and they're so aggressive. So literally every one of these trees that you can see, there's probably got about 3 colonies of ants living in it. It's going to be real fun camping because they're everywhere. So you've got to keep the tent zipped up at all times, but I'm going to buy a hammock next week. It'll be interesting to see what happens when I go hammock camping. So I'll give this thing a tap with this bit of bamboo and you might be able to see, because they'll all just go crazy the moment you go near it. As soon as you touch it, they all start coming out. So you can see them running around on the bamboo. They've actually got down onto my hand already, so they're actually biting the shit out of me already, look. But they're so aggressive, these things. Like, if you walk past a tree and brush against it and they're on it, they'll get on your clothes, and then a minute later they'll be in your clothes. But yeah, they're a bit of a pest. Alright guys, I've just seen quite a large snake go into that pile of palm fronds over there. So I'm just going to stay still and hang around for a bit and see if it'll come out. It's quite a big snake, it's probably about 5 feet long. I don't think it's a cobra, I think it's a Indo-Chinese rat snake, but I'm not sure. It's hard to tell the difference, so you've got to be a bit wary. So I'll just hang around and I'll bring you back, and I'll try and zoom in and get it on camera if I can. So I'll bring you back if I do manage to get it on camera. So there's some of the local wildlife. Looks like a Indo-Chinese rat snake. It's about 5 feet long. If I stay here, try and be quiet. I don't think he knows I'm here. The wind's blowing my scent away from him. Usually you would never get this close to them. So I don't think it's a cobra, but I'm not 100% sure. The Indo-Chinese rat snake and the cobra, they're really similar. And it's quite unusual that you would get this close. This snake's only about 10 feet away from me. So I've got to be really careful because they can move really fast. So I'm going to back off in a minute because it's getting a little bit too close for comfort. But this snake is only about probably 30-40 meters away from where I'm going to be camping tonight. So this is probably the wildest wild camp that I've ever done. That's pretty cool, eh? It's all part of camping, wild camping in Thailand. So he's just heard me talking and he's standing, just stopped moving. He's still, he knows I'm here now. I'll stamp my feet to make sure he knows I'm here, and we'll see if he takes off. You can see how fast these things can move. Alright, so I'm going to stamp my feet now and we'll see if he makes a run for it. There he goes. So he's gone into the big pile of palm fronds over there. He's in there. So that was really cool to get that on camera, because you do see a lot of snakes in here, like I said, but it's really hard to actually get them on film because they move so quick. Alright guys, so I'm going to start heading out of here now. I'm going to go back and put my tent up. The wind's starting to get up, so I want to get the tent set up before it gets real blowy. I've noticed in the afternoons the wind seems to get real strong and then it dies off again in the evening. So I'm going to go and put the tent up. And tonight we're going to be doing some local style cooking. No camp stoves tonight. I'm going to use the charcoal burner. So I'm going to do a bit of Thai style cooking for dinner. So I'll bring you back when I start putting the tent up. Okay guys, tent set up. So I'm camping under banana trees tonight for a change. I think my last video I camped under an oak tree. Well, today I'm under a stand of banana trees. So I'm hoping as the afternoon pushes on that I'll get a bit of shade from these trees, because it's really hot. About 30 degrees at the moment. Spent half an hour messing around putting the tent up and stuff, and I'm absolutely soaked. So I'm going to sit down under one of these trees in a bit of shade for a while, and I'll bring you back when I start cooking. So this is the charcoal burner that I'm going to be cooking dinner on, local style. So as you can see, it's like a terracotta pot with holes in the bottom, and then they cement it into like an old tin can or something. I think that's all cement actually. Yeah, it's a cement mould, and they've cemented that terracotta into it. So the air goes in at the bottom and the ash drops down into the bottom, and you build a little charcoal fire in the top here. You'd be amazed how much heat these things throw out. They're really efficient. So I'm going to get the charcoal in there and get it burning. I'll bring you back when I've got a bit of fire and I'm ready to cook. So before I start cooking, I'm going to need a few banana leaves for plates. So have a look around here, get these young banana leaves. I'll chop a couple of them off. There's actually quite a good bunch of bananas on this tree. Only another week They'll be ready to take off. But anyhow, let me take a couple of these leaves. So these two here look good. That one and this one. Alright guys, as you can see, charcoal's burning nicely. Still too hot to cook on yet. Need to let it cool down a little bit. So you can see how it works. It throws a lot of heat out. So I need to wait probably half an hour. If you put any food on top of this, it will just incinerate it. It throws out so much heat. So I'll wait till all the charcoal turns like a white colour and the heat drops down a bit. So for tonight's dinner, we've got some marinated chicken sticks, some corn, and some glutinous rice, which I'm going to have to reheat with a bit of water, otherwise it's too hard to eat. I'm going to be using this mesh pan to like a griddle thing to cook on. So this rice is going to have to be packed in a bit of banana leaf so I can re-steam it back on top of here. So if I chop a piece of this off, I can wrap it up and then steam it back on the So the corn's done, the chicken's done. I'm just going to try and reheat this bit of rice, re-steam it in this bit of banana leaf. Corn tastes really good. Might put that one back on to keep it warm. These charcoal burners are really good. You only need a couple of handfuls of charcoal. You can cook your entire dinner. There's so much heat coming off it, it's crazy. Try the chicken. Really good. Alright guys, I'm going to finish dinner, clean this bit of shit up and go and chill out in the tent for a bit. I'll bring you back when it starts getting dark. Mosquitoes are out. It's time to get in the tent. Just went for my final little walk around and a pee, and then tent's over there. So I'm going to go and get inside because I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. So I'll go and show you inside the tent. Just thought to give you guys a bit of a listen to what it sounds like here when it gets dark. It's crickets, cicadas, frogs, birds, dogs, you name it. So I'll probably be in for a noisy night, but noisy with nature, that's alright. Righto, I'm inside the tent. As you can see outside, getting dark already. Mosquitoes are biting, so I had to get in. So I just wanted to quickly show you the sleeping setup. So I've just got my sleeping pad and my blow up pillow and just an old bed sheet. That's all I'm going to use for tonight. I didn't even fetch a sleeping bag with me. It's so hot. It's like 7 o'clock and it's still 28 degrees. So no sleeping bags tonight. Just a bed sheet. And like I say, I won't be going outside again. The mosquitoes are going crazy. So I'll be staying in the tent. So unless anything happens, I will probably see you in the morning. Probably early because the birds will be loud. So I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. It's about 6:15. It's just getting light. I had not a bad night's sleep. It actually cooled off in the tent. It was pretty warm at the beginning. First 2 hours it was kind of stuffy, but then it cooled off. It's actually quite cool in here now. It's really nice. So it's just starting to get light. I've been awake for about an hour and a half, so I'm kind of ready to get up. So I'll probably get another half an hour until it gets fully light, and I'm gonna get up and probably pack up and head home. So I'll bring you back in a bit. I told you this place comes alive in the morning with the birds. Listen at that lot outside there. No chance of getting a sleeping around here. Alright guys, I'm up and I'm out and I'm ready to go home. I absolutely stink, so I need to go home and have a shower. I'm not going to bother having any breakfast today. I'm just going to pack up before the sun comes up and it gets hot again. Nice and cool at the moment, so I'm going to get the tent packed away. If you enjoyed today's wild camping video from Thailand, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll catch you later.